Hi, Shana here. I don't know if you come because of the title or the thumbnail or other reason. Whether you it's just a stranger that happens to find this video or, like viewers that keep coming back, my audience, my fans. If you're the latter, I'm sorry I didn't make much content lately, even though you support me and all. Gotta take some time off. But I still want to make content. But it's been a couple of days now that I feel like this just disappointment in people in general. By general, I mean like just by like people's standard, like people who do way better. I try my best to do things better. I try to improve myself. I try to be a better person every single day. Then on music, if it get like copyright, I don't care. I just want something to play in the background, so it won't be too awkward for me. And music is a good way to keep track of time. Uh, you can hear the airplane. I can't do anything about that. I'm gonna edit this video because it's just gonna be like a really long rant, and it loses all the magic, if you just cut it out. But sorry if this is loud to you. But yeah, over the years, the last 3 years, I've learned so much about human. I learned so much about people, especially those that are close to me, people that I thought I could rely on, people that I thought I could actually, you know, have them look out for my back. Just people that take accountability and responsibility because they're adult, and I am too. In those 3 years, I learned how to become more mature. I did fumble sometimes, but I get back up every time. And I guess this is related to my latest video, which is about the repetition and things such as patterns, it become patterns. It's part of that, but I, if possible, I don't want to get into like information, like private information. But I have to say it because if I say it to the person that I care for and I want them to be better, they just don't change. So I'm just gonna put this out in a way that like just me expressing myself and the situation at my house, situation in this household. Actually, the music is louder. There we go. Basically, a couple of months ago, my mother was having a guest at our house. Now I know the person, and then I don't really trust him all that much. And at that time, he was like a fugitive, run away from the like warrant to arrest, whatever. That is a red flag. Then I keep telling her to not get him, you know, to our place. He could just crash here anytime. He doesn't seem to be a bad person, but I don't want to risk it. Even though the warrant for the arrest is from another city. And then he stayed for a little bit, I suppose. And I don't know why, but I wake up and like my elder brother really, uh, from different father, so basically he's a bastard. So calling him a bastard is quite appropriate, even though he came first. But he just pick a fight with that guest for no reason. And like knock on my door. I was like sleeping. I was half asleep in the morning, and he was like, "I'm gonna call, uh, I'm gonna call the cops on you." And then my mother had to come out and was like, "What? Like, what's the commotion in the morning?" and he become the worst of the worst. Really, he cannot be fixed. People like this, they just don't fix. They can't be fixed if they don't accept that they are a problematic or troublemaker. So basically, like people that aren't aware of the hostile behavior, it's just gonna stay like that. Because if your mother, if you know, if the person that is the mother or father can't even like convince you to act better, do better, then who the hell can, except yourself? I can say that for a fact because I've been a mean person for quite some times. I make bad jokes. I offended people, and I learned that. I learned that mistake. But this bastard, he doesn't learn. So he become he have history of being abusive and cause physical violence. Can I blame him? Yeah, probably because but like he's way above like the age of to be like a bully or whatever, like delinquent. He's a grown ass man. He's like 10 years older than me, but he still act like a baby, and like a man child. It's disappointing. And on that day, I try to be cohesive. On that day, I don't really see it. I don't really like get out of my room and just see it because I was frozen in the bed because it triggered like a PTSD, like trauma. I haven't talked to my daughter about that yet, but I'll bring it up the next session. Basically, he done this before. Most of the time is verbal abuse. He would try to like be the most destructive person ever. I think one time he was trying to like I don't know, take a crap in the middle of the road or something, or in like a walkway, or in like a go walkway to your house, right? And then the neighbors noticed that he was drunk, and he assaulted that neighbor. But at the time, I don't have hindsight like this. But at the time, my mother doesn't want him to go to prison or they have a criminal record, because that's physical assault. And then I think I wouldn't say funny, but the irony is that the the neighbor was like he had like a grandson, maybe just son really, that is a lawyer. So I was like, it's not gonna end up well. And yeah, my mom tried to do everything in her power to clear his name. So they did. But that won't stop him from doing this type of shit again, because we're going back to that time. Uh, he picked a fight with that guy, with the guest, and he tried to assault my sibling, my other sibling, my youngest sibling, and he ended up slapping my mom in the face and insult her with various names. Ever since then, I just don't the intensity of loud noises that I hear from like a hotel next door, or just my mother being drunk and like singing, it just give me anxiety, because it causes like anxiety attack to me like almost all the time, every day, because I have to hear that. And recently he just got back to deliver some paper that we left at his house, and I suppose the both side, both my mother and him, is like pretend as if nothing happened. And I see the pattern again. I see the pattern again, because this is not the first time he done something like this. It's obvious that he's an abuser, physical violence, and verbal violence. If I could report to the police or the cops, I would have done it. But at the time, I didn't know who's in the wrong, who's in the right until it was over. And I suppose you could call me covered for not going outside and just confront the two and stop the fight. My younger sibling has to do that, has to be in the middle. And the guest that doesn't seem to be dangerous person but have like a wiring on his head is protecting my little sibling. So I guess I gotta thank him for that. Because if he touched my sibling, then that's the final line he's gonna cross already. Anyway, the thing is he's back in. He's trying to do business. And he saw the pressure or make my mother set up his shop, his their business. It was like abandoned like 2-3 years ago. And then he tried to do it again because he doesn't like applying to employment, like job application, because he always get like denied, like rejected. Which, to be honest, I'm not surprised considering that he doesn't have a consistent job um, progress. And back then, yeah, even back then, he had to rely on this other guy that is, I guess you could call like a partner, but not exactly like a boyfriend. He's gay, but not exactly like a boyfriend. It's more like a sugar daddy. And there was a lot of money involved in that. And I think they break up, and now there's a new guy, which I'm gonna assume it's just gonna end the same way, really, because the boss brother, he can't change himself. Sure, he changed his partner. He changed someone that could be his lifeline. But nothing will change if he doesn't choose to be at peace with himself and apologize, taking accountability, responsibility. No, he won't change. He refused, and that can only get him so far. This kind of environment is it's bad for me. I thought of doing a GoFundMe, but my friend didn't really want to agree to do that for me. I don't have any trustworthy friend that can do that for me. Which I understand. It's like, having to do all the tests and paper. But I really want to move out of this house because it's not just my bastard brother of mine that caused all this issue. My mother has always been a drinker. I know that's gonna sound like, oh, this guy's like fucking like rephrase that from the Joker from the Dark Knight. No, it's my mother is a heavy drinker. Back then she would, as she can afford it, she would buy like 2 bottle of beers, and each is like $3. So we'd be bleeding money like 120, like every 10 days, because she drink like 2 bottles like a day, right? A night. I wish I didn't really get to criticize because it was not my money and it was some times ago. But then we moved because of circumstances, and now she switched from alcohol like that, like beer, into hard liquor, which is basically like a really cheap white whiskey. It makes you drink faster and it keep you drunk. And she's been like that for like the past half a year. Let's just say half a year. She can't think for herself. But she doesn't have the critical thinking she used to have like back then, when we like not own a house, but like we rent a house and we just stayed there for like a year. Financial was not good back then. If it was like at this level and has as many support, I would probably stay there for like a few more years, a couple more years maybe. So yeah, I'm doing YouTube to get like a dream house to rent. getting it as a mortgage would be a big step, and I don't want to like commit to it just yet. And to be honest, I haven't earned enough money to get that kind of deal. It's a lot to take in. I have to be frank with you. The patterns, like my brother being abusive, and my mother is just playing, not playing a victim, but she's an enabler. She's enabling him to, you know, got like babysit him basically. He's a grown ass man. He's past his 30s. I'm not even that like close to that yet, and I can manage things on my own. Sure, I got some help, but it was not just, oh, I got some help. It was this free money. No, it's, I got some help. I actually don't have to starve today. I actually get to eat food today. And where all that money go? Money that got supported from my viewers, my friend. It's hard to acquire those money to just support the family. Of course, she spent all that on various food. She's bad at managing money. I swear. The moment she grabbed, like she get to hold like a money, like a bundle of cash, maybe numbers in the ATM, whatever. She would spend all of that like right away. I once sent her around like 1,000 Thai baht, which is like around $30. It not maybe much for a Western audience, but that's quite a lot. You can last about like half a week with that if you're careful. But that's not what happened. She used all of that right away. So back at zero again. But at the time I already ordered some food in like ration and stuff like that. So I I survived. I bought a bunch of things from online, mostly food, because we don't have physical cash. So I used the pay later model to do that. It's just funny because it's ironic because I watched a video just about that, just before I spend or spending all my money on this, pay later program. The thing is, I can't trust anyone. I can't even trust my own mom. My brother is working. My little brother, my little sibling, younger sibling, is working on art piece. He won't be able to help unless it's the end of September. By the time of October, he would be able to help the family, which like is fine. But if you have to ask me, why are you letting us starving? Just because you want to focus on your work. Or maybe it's just different for the artists, like a digital artist. But for me, as a content creator, I make what I, deem to be fun, and it can make serious money if you good with it. So I try to balance both comfort and rationality. So we have money to buy food, maybe sometimes treat to, lighten up, buy some snack, pay the bills, pay the debt. I try to balance all the money, but hard to lead on again because life is full of mistake. And that's one thing that my mother won't let my older bastard of a brother of mine to learn, which is to fail and to fall. He's hand holding, no, she's hand holding him throughout the whole way. Maybe it's our guilt, our regret that she wasn't the one raising him when he was young, so he turned out like this. But come on, guy's a grown man. Just let him fail. Let him fall. Let him fail. Just let him deal with the consequences of his own. Not go in there again and just help him with everything. set his new life up. What about me? Sure, I can take care of myself, but I still need your attention. I'm still young, and my way of making money is unorthodox. The same with my little younger sibling. She would complain about how the youngest sibling is not growing up to be the person that she thought she would, it's expectation basically. But he's how do I say this? He's a bit mentally challenged, so it's a bit difficult to talk with him. And even though I thought I was like the only person in the house that is chronically online, he is even more so. Sure, he can do chores around the house, but he doesn't really understand how maturing and like being adult means. The kind of responsibility that he needed to take, which I learned throughout like these 3 years. So maybe I should give him some time. But time is a precious resource. If you don't learn, you don't start to believe in things and just what is right or what is wrong, what is necessary. Then you do. You can't just expect a person to hold your your baggage forever. And yeah, I just want to get out here really, making a video, earning some eat item on the table, drinking some beer. Because I know that I won't live long. And that's not because I'm gonna do something to myself. I just feel like I'm gonna die young. Like some kind of curse is upon me. My body is ailing. The mental health is deteriorating. And that is bad for the body. I get headache quite often when I'm having like an anxiety attack. So whenever I'm stressed, it just felt right in the gut and in the heart, in the chest. I can't breathe properly. I don't even know who to blame. Should I blame myself? Should I blame others? Should I aim those that I thought I loved them? Who should I blame? Blame the universe? God? Society? The world? I'm just disappointed. When you're the only one that maturing with time and trying to make a better day for everyone, and they don't see it, and they just live in this delusional world of this. It's tiring. I can't be certain whether I will get to eat food today or not, tomorrow or not, even though I have rations. It's about the spending recklessly, which I am at fault too. That's why I have debt. I'm gonna clear it with the help of my friend and my usual donors, who is a regular on the channel. I'm grateful for what I have, for what the world has given me. I'm not ungrateful at all. I'm actually very, very happy to have these nice people that actually believe in me. Even though I try to figuring out who I am, what I want to do, and a lot of things really. My dream, goal, just my survival in general. Like, you can donate to me to, feed the family, feed me, all that. It's a weird concept that now I can just get money from just talking, not just showing off. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much about content because I want this to be like just me venting. But my life is also rely on content creation on YouTube. So it's a full story of what happened the last 3 years. I just want this grown ass man to grow the fuck up, just like I did, and stop being a fucking abuser to my family. I think I mentioned this before, but my dad ran away when my younger sibling, turned 18, I believe. He ran away with all the pension money, probably to some girl that he promised to go with. I don't think he's going back to his family or just going alone. That's just cruel. I would forgive him for that. I know he will come back. If he didn't, maybe that's for the better. And now we have a startup brother again. I don't know what to call him. Elder brother? The oldest brother? Should have more wisdom in that head. But no. He's an idiot. Not just an idiot. He's the type of idiot that stays dumb and doesn't change. I can call myself an idiot that learned from the mistake. I'm not a genius. I'm not just an idiot or like a genius. I'm a learner. And I guess my mom doesn't learn her lesson through all these years. She's got abused by her close family. Like, just imagine you get dragged to someone's restaurant, and you were tasked to work there, and you earn less than minimum wage in Thailand, which is about $10. You only get paid like $6.50. That's not even enough to, fill the belly of the family. That's why I take YouTube very seriously. I try to get out that survival kind of not culture, but it's like a survival instinct. I just want to live. I want to enjoy life a little bit. I don't want to just survive for the rest of my life. They need to be enjoying your life, right? And I like learning new things. I wonder if that's all I want to say about this whole situation. I thought of writing like a Twitter post, a long one. So I actually thought of buying like a premium for Twitter just for one big message. But I guess this is the difficulty of being a content creator and just being a human in general. Just because you can get good or get better doesn't mean people around you would also do the same and follow your path, trust you, and genuinely just doing anything that is more productive and more reasonable than whatever the hell they are trying to do right now. I've seen people on the internet more reliable and more productive and sensible than people in my family. Except I guess my cousin. My cousin is very smart. He's very he's a good person. Probably the only good person that exists in this cursed family tree of ours. Anyway, it's been like almost half an hour. I've been yapping for so long. I usually do these as like a secret audio like tape. I actually have like 20 of them, but I never release them. I just record and just, yeah, it's just audio log really. Let me find it. Personal log. There we go. Yeah, I have like 23 of these. I am not sure how I managed to create that much. All of these combines 500 megabyte. Hmm. Anyway, that's just me just ranting and ranting and just, I guess, trying to find validation out there that I'm valid, because battling chronic illness such as depression and anxiety, and now what else that I didn't get diagnosed with, is difficult. Not just as a content creator, but also as a human being. It's difficult. I guess I got support from people around me, but it's still not enough. I plan to move out as soon as the end of this year. I'm willing to save up like money and just do whatever I can to achieve that. Move out and just disconnect from this toxic community for. I'm not talking about online community. I mean like a real life community. So for good. And basically, it would be like a rehab for my younger sibling, my little brother, and my mother. As much as I would take to bring her along, I want her to, I know, like be happy. It's kind of like pity in a way, but she got so much potential as a like cooker, not cooker. You just call them cook. They just cook food, right? And she's also a tailor, so she can make like a cosplay costume for me and my younger sibling. We planned to do that so for so long, but we didn't have time or place to do it. Yeah. I mean, by the age, she just retired. I already told her to not look for any job that would eat her up from the inside, harm her body. So I'm just gonna try to do my best on this, YouTube journey. And hopefully my little brother, my younger sibling, is contribute enough to make that happen. Just 1 year in a different house, just to feel at peace again. It's a bit pricey because I only managed to earn monthly for about, I think, 80% or maybe 70% of the rent, really, because I live in a house that doesn't have rent right now. We own this, but it's also a toxic environment. So I want to move out for it this year. So yeah, I guess I'll stop. Yeah, I said a lot of time that I would stop, but I keep yapping. If you want to support me or my family, just donate me through Ko-fi. They've closed Patreon because Patreon doesn't really process the money to PayPal in a way that works, and they take a big cut. So if you want to donate or become a membership on Ko-fi, um, there's a link in the description. It's gonna be the only link that is down there. No, apart from from the credit for this background that my artist created for me. Of course, I commissioned them. I didn't just ask for exposure. But yeah, thing is down below if you wanna donate and support me, even if you don't watch me. You feel like you're doing something right by giving me money and some peace of mind that I will survive and get to live the next day, then please do. I'm not gonna eat back on the internet, but if it's for the sake of my health and my family, I'll do anything really. I'll try to do anything that is possible to get me there. Alright, that'll be it. I'll be seeing you on stream, I hope. And if you're not on stream, then maybe you see me in another video. I don't even know who's gonna watch this 30 minute of me just talking. But I'm gonna put it out there, and yeah, I'm yapping again. I'm stalling. But if you watch at the end of the video, thank you. You are a good listener. And if you want to comment on how you think about this whole situation, I'll try to make like a Twitter post explaining all this without naming names, just figures, so you would understand the full story. I will try to make that Twitter post and pin in the comment. Anyway, I'll be seeing you. Ciao.